You're listening to the Hustled Up Podcast. I'm Laura Natoli.
And I'm Holly Silva, and we are best friends since birth turned multi-passionate entrepreneurs and co-owners of Chores and More, a successful service-based business where everybody is treated like a best friend.
Welcome to our show where tactical business education meets fun and real conversations about this wild journey called life.
Get ready to be inspired. Grab your headphones, turn up the volume, and let's hustle up. Hey, friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Hustled Up Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Holly, and today I'm riding solo. Laura is taking the day off, so I am at you, and I haven't done an episode by myself in a while, so let's see if I still got it. But before we jump into today's topic, which I do have a good one, so you're going to want to stick around and we're going to keep it short and sweet. I do want to remind you, of course, if you love what you are hearing and if you're finding value in everything that we are telling you, to please give this a 5-star rating wherever you are listening. We love those reviews over on Apple as well. And if you're on YouTube, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel would be amazing. And just giving us that extra love really helps us get our word out into the earbuds of even more listeners. So we would really appreciate that. But anyway, let's get into the topic. I am so excited. Today, I am going to be talking to you all about attrition. This is great for my people who operate with recurring clients, right? So what is attrition? Attrition is essentially the clients that you're going to inevitably lose as you continue running your business. So I'm going to talk about creative ways to lower your attrition, keep your clients loving you, and keeping your business moving forward and growing, because if your attrition's too high when you're gaining new clients, you're not growing your business, you're just replacing the ones who left. So as a business owner, especially in the cleaning industry, you want to keep that attrition as low as possible. So I've got a couple of ideas. I've got them on a piece of paper right here, and I'm going to go over them with you. So if you're struggling with your attrition numbers and you want to lower that attrition, keep on watching.
Are you tired of spending your entire weekend cleaning when you could be going out to brunch with your girls?
First of all, I love brunch. And second of all, yes, there are so many things I could be doing instead of cleaning my house on the weekend.
Oh yeah, like playing video games.
Or watching a movie with the kids.
Going on a date with your significant other.
Taking your dog to the dog park.
Going to the movies.
Solving world hunger.
Yes! Exactly. So this is why it is such a good idea to call up Chores and More for your deep and recurring cleaning needs.
And do you want to know something really, really cool?
What?
If anybody mentions Hustled Up when they call to book, they can receive up to $100 off their deep cleaning.
Up to $100 off. What are you doing still sitting there? Pick up the phone now, mention our podcast, and never have to spend your weekends cleaning again.
Simply go to choresandmorellc.com. You can fill out our request quote form there, or give us a call, send us a text, 631-397-0177. It is time to get back to doing the things you love. Let us take care of the cleaning. Okay, so like I said, attrition is the number of clients or customers that you will inevitably lose every month. Sometimes it's due to things that are out of our control, like your client moved out of state or something and they can't have you. Sometimes, or actually I feel like a lot of the time, it's budgetary. They can't make room for it in the budget anymore. But sometimes it's other things too. Sometimes it's a matter of they haven't been happy with the quality of the work they've been receiving. Or sometimes, and Laura and I tell this to our employees all the time, that sometimes maybe it is like a budgeting thing, but it's also the fact that maybe they're not seeing the value in the service. So maybe they can't afford it if they really wanted to. They could make cuts elsewhere, but they're just not seeing the value in the service you're providing. So we always tell our employees this at every meeting. We sound like broken records. We're like, our attrition was this, we lowered it or we raised it. And let's keep in mind that this might be an issue where they're just not seeing the value. Even if they say, oh, I just can't afford it right now, it's not in the budget. Really, it comes down to the fact that maybe they're not seeing the value. So it's important to make sure that you are truly showing the value of your service to your customers all the time. And that's going to help lower your attrition. So I feel like another thing, which I don't want to forget to say this before I move on to like creative ways to actually lower it. As your business is growing, so for me and Laura, for example, it's harder to keep that attrition number down because Laura and I, as the owners, don't have the same kind of relationship that our cleaning techs have with the owners. When Laura and I were the ones, or I'm sorry, the homeowners, when Laura and I were the ones going out cleaning, it was different. We were the ones who were able to like be in the house, meet the dogs, meet the kids, and just really form that relationship, that like one-on-one intimate relationship with the customer. Whereas now, as the owners who are now in the office and not in the field, not cleaning, it's a little more challenging to form that relationship. So Laura and I really had to dig deep and figure out how we can keep not only the tech's relationship strong with the clients, but also our relationship and our business's relationship strong with these clients, and just help them see the value in the service that we're providing. So I came up with a few ideas. These were actually over the course of like a long time, because Laura and I, for a period, struggled with very high attrition numbers, and they tend to get higher during certain times of the year. Like usually in January and February, that number just tanks because people are in a little bit of debt from Christmas time, or they just, things are slowing down. It's after the holidays. They feel like they don't need cleanings. It's just one of those things where, the attrition tends to increase, meaning the amount of clients dropping is also increasing. So we had to come up with some creative ways to lower our attrition, and I'm going to tell you what they are. So the first thing, and this one you guys are going to be like, no, I'd rather not, thanks, is to always ask for feedback. It is so important to always ask for feedback. Even if you're convinced you might not have done a great job at a cleaning, it is so important to ask for feedback. Whether you are the one cleaning yourself, it's always important to say, hey, how are you liking the job I've been doing? Is there anything I can do differently for you? Is there anything, you want me to change up while I'm here? Or if you are, not the one cleaning yourself, Laura and I love texting or calling the clients and saying, is there any changes we can make to your client file? How has everything been? How are you liking things? We also do this in the form of survey cards. They're little leave behind cards that we have. I wish I had one on me, but I don't. They're little leave behind cards with a QR code where when they scan it, it'll take them to a landing page on our website that's hidden from the main menu, and they'll be able to fill out a survey, and it asks about the cleaning itself. It asks about the communication with the office, because Laura and I want to make sure we're doing things right on the back end as well. So it'll ask them things like that. And that's a great way to get feedback from your customers as well. And they'll tell you if there's anything that you can improve on, or anything that, they're just not loving. A lot of people don't like confrontation. So the thought of complaining to a company is like almost intimidating and scary to somebody. And in most cases, a customer will just drop service before they even complain and try to get you to make it right. So and inviting that feedback, even if it's negative, it's giving you the opportunity to make things right with the customer, exceed their expectations on the cleaning, do exactly what they're wanting, and therefore giving them a reason to stay if they've been considering dropping you or looking elsewhere. So it's just so important to ask for feedback all the time for your recurring customers, your initial cleanings, everything. You just always want to be asking how you're doing. So that's like the first most important thing you can do when it comes to lowering your attrition, is just getting that feedback from your customers. The next thing that we love doing, once somebody signs on for recurring service, we love sending automated emails with little just things about our company, as well as some coupons. So we use the CRM Jobber, which integrates with MailChimp. So this is very easy, but a lot of CRMs do offer automation so that you don't even have to lift a finger once you set the automations. So what ours does is that when we tag a customer recurring, so they've gotten their initial cleaning, they say, I love it, I'm signing on for biweekly service or something like that, we tag them recurring in Jobber. So one of the features of Jobber is being able to tag your customers. And once they do that, they're actually funneled into an email journey. That's what MailChimp calls it, where over the course of the following 2 years that they are tagged recurring, they're going to receive a series of emails. And the first couple are going to be about us. It's going to be thanking them for signing up for Chores and More, thank them for choosing Chores and More. Another one I think is about our partnership with Cleaning for a Reason, and that if they know anybody battling cancer, to refer them to the Cleaning for a Reason program so that we could give them free cleanings, and just little things that are going to get the customer saying, wow, that's so cool. They do a lot. They're really involved in their community. And it just helps us really invite them into our business and like allow them to get to know us. It'll allow the customer to get to know you as the owner, your business, your ventures, the things you're doing in your business. So we send out an automated email every single week for the first 4 weeks. And then as they stick around, the emails get better. So we offer in one of them, I think after like maybe a month or two, they get a gift certificate to give to a friend. So they can't use it themselves, but they can pass it along to somebody else. And this gift certificate is going to help you get another customer potentially. So that's a really, really good deal. I think we also have one after 3 months or maybe 6 months, they get a free refrigerator cleaning. After I think 9 months, we offer a free oven cleaning, but they have to let us know that they want to redeem it. And in most cases, they actually don't, which I think is so interesting. Maybe they're just not seeing it, but some people have, and I love that. And they're very appreciative of being able to redeem that. So we do offer some really cool options in those emails, some just things to keep them going. You know, we're priced a lot higher than some of our competitors. Granted, these competitors are usually not operating legally and ethically, but they don't see that. You know, a lot of customers don't see that. They just see us as a higher price tag. So it's really important to make sure that you are doing creative things to get them to stick around. And everybody loves a good deal. So being able to offer them all of these coupons and things and just kind of constantly being in their inbox and allowing them to get to know all of the awesome things we're doing as a company is so important. So that's something else that we love doing. Those are automated emails. You can set up email automations yourself too. I'm sure they integrate with your CRM, but if you don't have that yet, even just doing some sporadic ones when your customers start signing on recurring is going to really go a long way. And something that isn't automated that we love doing is sending out monthly newsletters as well, because this also gives them the opportunity to learn about what's like the current goings on in our company. So maybe a special sale that we're running that they want on an upgrade that they want to take advantage of, or welcoming a new employee because they, our customers eat that up. Like when we have employees and we're shouting them out and stuff, they just love it. So things like that. It also allows them to get to know the team a little bit better. And it just creates more of like an intimate bond, even though you're not face to face with people all the time as a growing business. So newsletters are also a super fun way to stay in touch with the clients and just keep, keep that relationship open, if that makes sense. Another thing we love doing, and I'm so excited that we do video now because I can actually show you, is we do gifting. Now, this does not have to be expensive, but a little gift, a little token of appreciation actually goes a really long way with clients. So of course, you want to set a really good first impression on the initial cleaning, right? That first cleaning you're there, you really want to land that person recurring and keep them around. You don't want them to drop you. So, or not book recurring service. So something as little as a little gift, we do these little candles go a long way. So you can see here, and for those of you who are listening and not watching, it's just little candles that we get, and we put a little sticker on the top of it that says the chores are all done and it's time to relax. Thank you for choosing Chores and More. And we leave this with a little survey card after the cleaning, and they see the cute little candle. And so many people fill out that survey card and they're like, I love the candle. Thank you. This little candle, it costs $1.25 for the candle. And the sticker is, I don't even know. It's literally pennies to make the stickers. I make them in-house. It's so easy. I just get printable sticker paper, design them in Microsoft Publisher. You could design them in Canva, whatever, print them out, put them on the candles, and they're good to go. And then we also have for our customers who are moving into a new house, we have these cute little baskets, which are not expensive. It has a little melamine sponge or magic eraser, a little duster in here, and a homemade room spray that Laura has made. These are cheap, they're quick, they're easy to make, and it's in this little bucket from Dollar Tree, and it says, welcome to your new home. Thank you for choosing Chores and More. And again, I printed this using our own sticker paper in-house. This was very cheap. I couldn't give you a price off the top of my head. I'm not sure, but they are really not expensive to make. And this is something else where, someone's going to go home after you've done their move-in cleaning. It's ready for them to move into. They're so excited. They're moving into their new house. And then they have this. And sometimes we have customers who will move from one place to another who were our recurring clients, and they're still moving into our service area, just a different house within the service area. So these are really great for that as well. So this is just another great little gift. And then the last little gift idea that I have to show you guys, this one's new and I am so proud of it, is a new baby gift. I am obsessed with these. They are so cute. So these are books that I got on Amazon. They were actually super cheap. And I didn't know this, but if you buy certain things in bulk, they will actually give you a bulk buying discount. So I think with the discount, I got these for around $3 a book. It's the Bernstein Bears in the Messy Room. So it's about cleaning, which is like so cute. I bought ribbon on Amazon and I wrapped it in the ribbon. And I have a little coupon here attached to the book. I just used like a piece of tape, and it says, "Welcome, baby. We're so happy for you. We know that life will be busy with your new bundle of joy. Redeem this coupon for 1 free hour of our laundry and light housekeeping service." So it's just a little something, it's not expensive for the extra hour of cleaning on our end. It's not a crazy expense. The book itself is super cheap. But even if if it's not in the budget to offer free hours of cleaning and things like that, even just the book and like a little letter, it would really go a long way with your clients. We've given out a few of these and they love it. They are eating it up. And life gets crazy when you have kids and when you start having babies, like it just really starts to get crazy. So they're going to appreciate this little way of you going out of your way to tell them, hey, like, I know life is getting crazy for you with your new baby. We are here to help. We got you. So this is so good for the clients who are having babies. And I feel like a lot of customers, especially in the cleaning industry, are typically women. And for us, a lot of them are of childbearing age. They're like younger millennials, older Gen Z, and even older millennials. But let's be real, everybody's having kids later in life now. So we have a lot of people who are having babies right now. And this is just such a good way to be like, hey, we're here for you. We're thinking of you. We love you. And these little ways of going out of your way for your customers are going to keep them from thinking, oh, I can't afford this, or I just don't see the need for it anymore. It's going to make them say, wow, I have the best cleaning company ever. Like, I never want to drop them. I will give up groceries out of my budget. I will just starve myself and get a cleaning instead. That's what we want. That's the goal, is for us to be like on the chopping block absolutely last. Like, we do not want people to cut the cleaning out of the budget first. So these are ways that you can really show your value. And then the other thing that I want to mention before I end this episode is that it is so important to constantly make sure, especially as your company is growing, that you are staying consistent across the board with all of your texts. Because even though, for example, we try to send the same tech to the same customer, one of our selling points is that if that tech calls in sick or something, then we'll send another tech in their place and they'll be just as good. And so it's important to make sure that all of your cleaning techs are exceeding expectations and doing the cleanings consistently. Because if you have one cleaner who's like missing things and not doing things versus another cleaner who's doing everything a little too well, maybe, or something, giving deep cleanings every time instead of maintenance, there's going to be no consistency, and a customer is not going to appreciate that. They're going to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to go with a company. I'd just rather go with like one person who's just kind of doing this on the side because I'm sick of not having the consistency. So it's important to make sure on the back end that you are constantly troubleshooting if there are issues with this. And things you can do are like retraining, which this is something Laura and I actually did not do for a long time and we're starting to implement now, is retrainings every single year. Constant meetings. We have meetings every single month because we like to go over the importance of the consistency and specifically things that tend to get missed or things that just aren't being done right, common denominators when it comes to complaints and things like that. So it's really important to just make sure as a growing business that you are putting a lot of focus on your cleaning techs and the quality that they're doing and just like quality control. And that's also going to help lower your attrition. And if it's just you cleaning or you and a helper cleaning, it's important to make sure that you are always staying focused and that you don't get too comfortable at a job, because that's why the retrainings are so important. When you're doing the same thing, the same house every single week, you start to kind of lose focus. You can kind of just like autopilot your way through it. And that's when things start to get missed. That's when quality dips. That's when it's just not as good. I actually mentioned this to my employees on our last meeting, and I think it's really funny. And I heard it from somebody and I was like, this is so true. I think it was from one of our coaches in CBF. He had said, have you ever taken a drive home from somewhere where you always go? Like maybe it's the grocery store, you're there every single week. So you get in your car, you drive home, and then you get home and you're like, whoa, I don't remember that drive at all. And you just don't remember the drive home. Or like from work. I feel like this is always the case actually when you're driving home from work, because you're going to and from work every single day. So like your brain kind of like turns off, and like your cognitive like subconscious just kind of comes into play, and then you kind of forget. This is the kind of thing that can happen when you're cleaning the same house over and over again. So then things tend to get missed, quality dips, because your focus just isn't there. So it's really important to reiterate to yourself and to your cleaning techs to stay focused, however that has to be, whether it means listening to like an audiobook so that your brain is still turned on. I feel like that really helps me, is like listening to books, because it just, my brain is still going. Like I know I'm listening to a book, but I'm still able to think about what I'm doing. Whereas like if I'm cleaning in silence, I'm just thinking and like kind of going into la la land. So there are certain things you can do to help you stay focused, and doing retrainings with yourself and your staff are also going to be so important. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this was helpful. I'm going to quickly go over them. I'm just going to recap them. Creative ways to lower your attrition, to lower the amount of clients who are inevitably going to drop your service. Number one is ask for feedback. Always ask for feedback on all your cleanings, initials, recurrings, even if you're going there every single week, even if you've been going there every single week for 6 years. It does not hurt to kind of touch base with your clients and say, how has everything been? Is there anything I can do differently? Or is there anything this tech can do differently, or we can do differently on the back end? Whatever it is, ask for feedback all the time. Number two is email campaigns, and just keeping in touch in emails, whether it's automated or manual. It's so important to just make sure you are constantly keeping in touch, showing them how amazing you are as a company. And of course, offering coupons and things like that will really also go a long way as well. Gifts are so important, I think, honestly, and they don't have to be expensive. Little, welcome to your new home gifts, new baby gifts, or little initial cleaning gifts are just really going to put a nice touch on it. And it's going to help you stand out from the competitors, from the other cleaning companies they've used in the past. It's just going to help you really stand out, and it's going to show them that you care. Even if it's something little, it doesn't have to be expensive. And then the last thing, of course, is just making sure everything is going smooth on the back end, making sure that all of your cleaners are cleaning on the same level, that they're always exceeding expectations, that they're doing the cleanings the same way and following the same techniques. And you can do this by doing retrainings, by having meetings, by pulling your cleaners in for one-on-ones. And once you start asking for feedback, you can kind of use that feedback as a way to learn from and kind of go over it with your cleaning techs, and it's just going to help you. So, and it just all kind of works in like a beautiful circle. It's like all the cogs together in a machine that work together. Like, do you see what I'm saying? You ask for feedback, you learn what your clients are liking, you learn who's exceeding expectations, who's kind of not there. You start to kind of figure out where we need to be consistent, and you work on it, and you start doing things like that with group trainings, one-on-one trainings, and things like that. So it all kind of starts to work together. So these are a few ways that you can lower your attrition. If you are having issues with your attrition, even if your customers are telling you it's budget and they just don't have the money, sometimes that's not the case. And I think it's important to always hold yourself accountable, So whenever someone tells us it's a budget thing, we say, okay, they're not seeing the value in us. Maybe we could have saved this if we were doing something differently. So it's always important to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable, and that you are making sure that you are putting your value out there to all of your customers, and just making sure that you are staying in their ears, in their inboxes, and keeping yourself accessible to them is so important. So let me know. I know Spotify allows you to do comments. YouTube allows you to do comments as well, but you can also, let us know on social media. Let us know if you found this helpful, and let us know what you do to keep your attrition rates down, if anything. If there's anything creative that maybe I didn't go over, I'd love to know, because attrition is a pain in the butt, and it's one of the most important things we could be like dealing with in our business. So it's important. So let me know if there's something you're doing, and let me know if this was helpful. You can follow us on Instagram at hustle.podcast. You could also drop us an email, hustle.podcast@gmail.com. You can follow our business to see what our business is up to at Chores and More on Instagram and TikTok. And then I will put all of my links in the description box below, and make sure you link up with Laura, even though she's not here. I will also put her links in the description below and the show notes as well on the website. So Anyway, I'm going to hop on off of here. I told you I was going to keep it short and sweet. I hope that this was a helpful episode, and I hope that honestly you just go kick some major booty this week. You lower your attrition numbers, get your clients loving you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.